Hello. How are we all doing today? I have big bags. I have got the big bags working with the Real Dirt Color mod, so I have them both active now, which is great. It saves me bothering Faffery. I need to change the sub goal. Hang on. Just occurred to me that's wrong. There we go. Oh, Welsh, Wolf the Bay, Million, Kieran, Crazy Shepherd, Stephen, Nesbitt, and everybody else. Who's insanely hard to load up all the bales. Take your time with the Abbey CD. Don't rush yourself, and don't rush CD on the Abbey. New rule: don't rush CD's Abbey, because I want it to be good. We have a lot of work to do today. We've got a lot to try and get done, and I'm going to be going until about 8 o'clock. So I'm giving myself time to do it. I'm going to be going until probably 8 o'clock tomorrow as well. Is the plan? Bit late, yeah, a bit late. Got out of bed a bit late, and it's kind of snowballed. 4D modding. The fourth dimension is smell. You can smell the slurry. Hey, Jack. Did I watch a match? No. Landy's not going live today, guys. There's a reason I'm going too late. Landy ain't streaming. He has come down with a bit of a cold, and he's taking the weekend off to try and recover. I need to do this, do this, do this. How are we all today? I'm doing good. I've got coffee. But I know what could be making Courseplay not work. It could just be a bum update. You got Steven. Bear in mind that Courseplay canon will break. So, as I've said many times, if you don't know why it could be broken, maybe you shouldn't be using it right now. When it's in beta like this, things are going to go weird and you need to be able to diagnose. So, farming by, I've only been live for like 5 minutes, it's fine. Chieftain should be released. Ooh. In all seriousness, if you're having trouble with Courseplay, try and diagnose what the problem is. If you can't, through the log or whatever, or find a mod that is causing a conflict. It could be conflict. This is the problem when you're looking at betas from GitHub. Is you got so much that could be going wrong. And you gotta know what you're trying to do. You gotta know what you're trying to achieve. Bradley, I get the feeling CD doesn't know what time. Courseplay means keeping a good eye on the GitHub. I've not updated Courseplay in a few days. But you need to remember what mods you put in what order. Because pretty much anything could break Courseplay. It's just a case of what actually has. Or what's gone wrong, or so many different things. So you gotta keep an eye on your mods. And on Courseplay itself. 4D modding. ING Wolf the Bay. You sure internet is better so you can watch the stream pain-free? I hate having bad internet. 1.3 beta did break Courseplay. Well, there's probably the issue. $2,500 hours. You heard it here first. It'll be released at 13 o'clock in the morning. It'll be in magic hour. On a serious note, don't ask Modros when stuff's getting released, because odds are they don't actually know. Josh, I don't know if you've been on Discord today, but just be aware of what has been put into the admin room. Hey, Yuso. Have I earned that money legit? No. Unless GS cheat money counts as legit, in which case, yes. On count. Doesn't matter to me. You know what you can't do? Start from scratch and keep the farm as it is? Yeah. Courseplay's new version this morning, Torque 1.3. Ah! So you need to keep your eyes on the GitHub, guys. Because new versions can and will be released completely at random. Hey NHF, how you doing today, dude? Also, hey Russ Bucket. Welcome along. I don't think I've seen you around here before. You got 1.2. Have you done anything different overnight, Stephen? Have you changed anything overnight? I'm going to do a straight line here to ruin everything. Been a while, really kiss you away. Ah, that would be why I don't remember you if you've not been here in a while. I'm doing good, NHF. Thank you very much for asking. I woke up way late today, which is why the stream started a bit late. But the plan is to go until 8. Which almost got way late because my sister's working at 8, but I said, screw it, I'll make myself some food later. Or microwave up the dinner, or whatever it takes. Eating some kebab pizza, very nice. I might just order myself a pizza. That would be a tasty idea, wouldn't it? Get a pizza in instead of like normal dinner. Assuming there's not like something ready for me come like 8 o'clock-ish. That'd be delicious, actually. But it wouldn't agree with me, is the problem. So that's a perfectly straight line. What's in the new beta? It's a bunch of fixes and stuff. It does have the foliage paint, though. Which is... we now know how it works. When you paint down the grass texture, it will pop down some grass... some growing grass, which is nice. Do I have chickens? No. Tractors available on Marwell. I've got a 6R, the 6R you start with, in fact, and a fast track 4220 so that I can George Saunders it up, and that's it. Don't see the need to have any more than 2 tractors. Yeah, so far. You download the latest ones in your mod list, but on the in-game mods. Have you installed Courseplay correctly, Stephen? Because remember, Courseplay requires a really fappery, nonsensy installation. Hey, Dandelion! By the way, I'm going to be going through the rule suggestions for crowdsourced today after the stream, so if you put something onto the community post, I will be responding to all of them. I know I've responded to, I think it was one of Dandelion's already. But I will be responding to all of them with like my thoughts on whether or not they're making it into the list, or whether I'm going to modify them for the list of rules. Don't know where the reset point is. It's at the shop. Has Landy put in a custom one? Landy is not good enough with GE to know how to do that. Oh! Yeah, good spot, William. Or does Oxy put a custom in? Yeah, no, Oxy's not. It's at the shop. He was goading me about it yesterday. But the resultant performance from Ireland earlier. Yeah, I didn't see the match. I was asleep. I woke up at about 4 o'clock, so... Not the heaviest men in the world. But, the contracts characters, I do as well. They're really... I love Landy's. It looks ridiculous. Monoster's a clean animals mod. I don't like those mods. I did see that, Reese. I'm honestly shocked that they let the hydraulics deteriorate that much. Hey, kid. Because, like, that is the iconic thing of the Concorde. You'd think they would have the hydraulics at least functional so they can do that as kind of a showpiece. And, Reese, I think you'll find that it is legitimately called the Droop Snoot. For some reason, they actually called it the Droop Snoot. It is the actual terms the pilots used. Getting a 300 psi hydraulic pump for it. You'd think they would have had that before. NHF, you're not overthinking. Because I asked Doxy a few weeks ago when Landy, I think he sent Landy a picture of it, and Landy forwarded it on to me, and I just said to Doxy in the next stream, "Is what Landy sent me what I think it is?" And he said yes. Because I didn't want to spoil the surprise. But yeah, it is a nod to me, which is one of the reasons this is my favourite map ever, because it's an Oxy map with a kind of a me Easter egg. So it's one of the high points in I think my farm sim career. That and going to, like, being able to go to Germany and meet up with giants. They're two real high points that have happened both in the last 6 months, so I've really been spoilt with luck of late. As much as I claim otherwise. There are a few channel Easter eggs, yeah. I think one might be going by the wayside in the future, though. Does it require engines or AP? It would require APU. Well, it wouldn't require APU blade air, would it? It would require the engines or APU to be on, but you, like I said, well, like they're doing, they could have just brought in a hydraulic compressor, and I'm shocked that they didn't. You already have 16 hours on the map? Fair enough. I can promise you, Jeremy, the owner is not driving about in Rainbow Ridge. He's too busy working his own farm. So you're safe. You're safe around Rainbow Ridge. Don't worry. The owner is right here on MARWELL Manor Farm. His own personal reality. Where he actually owns the shop and runs the farm for some reason. He's a greedy so-and-so, this rainbow individual. You'd love to see it, but I hope they do it kind of as a continuous thing, because, like, that was the iconic thing of the Concorde, was the droop snoot. Says to himself, that's how he makes his money. Somehow. He pays himself too. And yet somehow they both make a profit. Hmm? Is Oxy hidden any noodles around the store? I wouldn't be too surprised, actually, Jeremy. I've not really had a look around Rainbow Ridge at all yet. I'm waiting until I got this field done so that I can, you know, actually go up there with some crop and do some work. You have 8 hours on MARWELL already? I've got like 2 or 3. Where's the info for this crap? Statistics. Play time. Time played, 2 hours 15 minutes. That would be awesome, Reese, but they wouldn't be able to do that, unfortunately. Keep in mind, guys, that I generally don't play Farm Sim off camera. Does Oxy have a background in farming? As far as I'm aware, no. Might be wrong. Hey, Virgo. Been a while since we've seen you in chat. I generally don't play Farm Sim off camera all that much. Well, it's unrealistic mainly because of the fuel costs that would be involved. Because even when I was flying, the Concorde only really made profit towards the end, or whenever, you know, fuel costs were low. And right now, fuel costs for airlines are quite high. I mean, you look at how Flybe's gone. Or as it's going to be known in the future, Virgin Atlantic, the regional service of Virgin Atlantic. The primary reason behind them being sold off and being in so much financial difficulty is fuel costs. You know, you're going to see a few more smaller airlines have the same problem in the next couple of years. Because fuel costs are only ever going to increase. It's also the reason the A380 is effectively a failed plane. Costs too much to run. To BA, the Concorde technically was a profit maker because they were given them for £1 each. They paid a nominal fee of £1. So technically, yes, they did make profit on, you know, return on investment, but the costs of keeping them running and fuel, they actually did make a loss. BA wanted them, but then when, as the project progressed, they, I think at one point cancelled the order, but then because the British government was bankrolling it, they were basically told, no, you can't do that, you've got to take the Concorde. Because at one point Pan Am had a Concorde order in. What did I think of the map? The big fields? The fields are relatively big, but not so big that they're like, they're painful to work. Like, sure, I've spent over 2 hours on this field alone, but that's mainly due to the size of combine I've chosen, because I like having combines that I feel would realistically work the field. I know that in real life, this is worked by Alexion, so, you know, this combine, reality versus in-game, is small, but in-game versus realism, if there was a farm of this size, yeah, it would have a smaller combine like this. Short of, like, being a contractor or getting contractors in. Which would be the two actual most likely options. You wouldn't bring a Lexion generally to fields this small in the grand scheme of things. 747 is the biggest aircraft the world needs at the moment. That's too big for passengers, Reese. 747's very slowly, actually very quickly, relatively speaking, becoming 747F. Cargo only. In real life, you wouldn't bail while the combine's still in the field, most likely. Do I think Class will ever be on console? In time, yes. I think with how seemingly suddenly the Class deal was done for FarmCon, I think it's only a matter of time now. I think that the reason I was saying Class won't be in, I still don't think they'll be in 19, most likely. I think it'll be 21. But I think they may have realized that the reason they're not in currently, and the reason Giants, I'll be honest, stopped talks for a while, Well, they stopped talks because they got John Deere, and there was no point in trying to get a second huge brand in. Giants were happy. But there is a reason Class... Myself and Landy have been saying, yeah, Class isn't going to happen anytime soon. I'm not going to say what that reason is publicly, but it's there. I know it, I'm not going to put it out there. Depends on the weather window. This is, oh, that is true actually, because I know in Australia they've got combines that actually pull the balers. Because, I mean, Australia has huge fields. So they've got balers in behind CR1090s and the axial flows. Hey, FS Legend. I don't know why my voice seems a lot deeper than usual today. I don't know why that is. Possibly it's still a sleepy voice. But I know in Australia that they put balers in behind, like axial flows, and straight up attach them to it. Get like combines with PTOs and attach balers directly to them. Dang it. If anybody wants to know if the telephone poles had collisions, there you go. Dreamliner's a great plane for point-to-point flight. My sister gets to fly on one in like June or July. I can't remember when exactly it is, and I hate her now. Because she's going to Mexico for like a week or two. She's off to Cancun over the summer. She's going via, I think, Dallas Fort Worth. The rest of the other field you start with, and it took you about 4 hours. Yeah, this is probably going to be one of the few like manual harvests I do. I probably will Courseplay quite a lot of it. Just so that I can get all the work done. But going from there to Frankfurt in A380, oh, I'd love to fly an A380 before they're all gone, but I don't see that happening. Mainly because the only places I could fly an A380 from or to would be London to somewhere that I probably don't want to go. Providers in the States too. I did not know that. I knew it happened in Australia because I've seen it in videos. Did not know they did it in the States too. I hate flying from JFK. I hate flying from airports. I love flying in planes. I hate flying from airports. Because airport security is the worst thing because nobody knows what they're supposed to do. They're on a hydro motor and place with PTO shaft. Oh, do they not have PTOs then? Like generally, it's just a hydraulic motor. Are they doing away with the A380? Yes, but not through Airbus's choice. It's down to the airlines. It's just not an efficient plane to run. They could fly, we'll say, two Dreamliners, which are much more efficient and much more cost effective instead of one A380 or a couple of 777s or something, or a 330 or 350. You know, there's planes that are out there that are better than the A380, smaller but better. You notice that 747s are going away as well for the exact same reasons. Just like there's not enough. It's cheaper to run two planes instead of one on those routes. The 747 is lucky in that the original design did envision a freight variant, and it can take freight. So, you know, every 747 that exists now can be converted to a freight variant. Hey, Oxy. What do you think of that sound I sent you last night? I should have asked you on Discord. What did you think of that sound? Because that had some editing magic behind it. Because that was just a single Spitfire that I made into 3. Landy was actually quite impressed. If that's anything to go by. Be able to use it sometime. Sweet. Yeah, that would. You have no idea the pain that I went through, because I realized once I started recording it that it's quite difficult to remote fly a plane in X-Plane. Especially when it's a fighter. Especially when it's a World War II fighter. Especially when it's a World War II fighter that just loves banking to the right because of engine torque. So there were quite a few clips that I didn't use that were like new crash. Can I collecting all the bales off this field? Is there any refill point like looking for? I don't think so. Marwell. To me, the fields are like bigger than I ideally would love, but they're not huge. Like I'm always going to prefer maps with just smaller fields that I can bring out the really silly tiny equipment in. So yeah, that's just the thing that I'm always going to say. It's like, I prefer if the fields are smaller. It's just a one pass with a 3-meter cultivator. Yeah, it's perfect size. But I've heard there are people saying that Marwell's a small map. I'm sorry. Is this small now? Is this what we're classing as a small map? Is this seriously what we're classing as a small map now? Because this I'd say is a medium-sized map. It's a medium to large-sized map. I've seen small maps. They tend to take up about a quarter of the map itself. Don't get the people saying this map is small. It's about the same size as Thornton Cobra. Yeah, it's a mid to large map. Like, the only thing I genuinely don't like is the vent that you start with. I feel like that's too big and it doesn't make sense, but that's probably personal preference too. Like, you could probably start off with a big M and be like, oh, that's fine. It's the map. Yeah. If you don't know, Oxy, Landy shared what happened earlier on today. So, I've put the mods on alert for one thing and laughed at the other. Because I saw that coming months ago. My favorite mode will have its work cut out. Oh yeah. It's I don't get those people at all anymore. You've been in Field 19 3 hours, still not got all your bales cleared. I was being intentionally vague there, Massey, don't worry. Well, but it's up to Oxy to share. It involves Oxy, it's not my place to share. You don't think you think the starter fields should be sellable? Are they not? You can sell the starter fields. I mean, you can also you'd be selling the yard, but you could sell the starter fields. By the way, actually, if you do want to share, feel free. I ain't gonna. Usually don't invite drama, but exceptions. That's exactly it, Oxy. While some people are on the wrong side of the fence, this is why I couldn't help but laugh at all this situation. Like, people are on the wrong side of the fence with, like, disrespect and whatever. And then you have me who went out of their way last night to spend, I think it was half an hour to an hour, infuriating myself to potentially get you a better sound on a map that did something justice a bit more. Just because I felt like it'd be a nice thing to do. Like, there's a right way and a wrong way to do things. Yeah, it's unfortunate the minority makes the most noise, but it's good in a way, Jeremy, because you know who to ignore. Click on the horse farm. Burgo, that's a game limitation right there. I don't get it. Like, every map that comes out, there's something that you're not going to like. That's just a simple fact of life. Don't get offended by it. If it's that bad that you despise it, then GE is there, edit it. You know, it's why mods are a thing for farm sim. It's how you learn to mod. If you don't like it, don't play it. If you don't like it, either you don't play it or you know, edit the map. Hell, there was stuff about Courseplay I didn't like. I'm actually gonna do a small edit tomorrow because I just have a personal vendetta against telephone poles in the middle of fields that have collisions. I'm gonna download Courseplay or GE at some point and take the collisions off them. Because that's just a personal vendetta I have because it screws with Courseplay. You don't see me shouting at Oxy saying, "Oh, I've got collisions, it's the worst map ever." It's like, okay. Personal vendetta is coming in again. I need to download GE and fix it. It's also why Marwell ain't going on the server. Also, I need to make a second mod folder for myself now because I've tweaked my big bags. FS19 needed this map, the other 3 did do it for you. Yeah. There's always going to be that thing, like, certain maps just don't suit people. This map suits me down to the ground, it's perfect. Minus the collisions on the telephone poles. Yeah. I particularly enjoy the people that scream hatred and then then you see one of their maps come out and it's straight up got an entire area taken out of, like, your map or Bill's map or somebody else's map. It's like, dude, can you not think for yourself? Can you not just say, you know, ooh, this area is really nice, I'm going to do an area of my own inspired by it. Dandelion. I think that's true of everybody. Everybody's gonna have slightly different tastes in maps, so there's no map that's gonna be perfect for everybody, ever. And if you, like I said, if there's stuff you don't like, then edit it. Make the map perfect for you. That's why G is a thing, and that's how modders get started. That's how Dusty Dave got started. That's how, you know, I'm reasonably decent in G, or I was in old G. You just start by editing stuff. That's how modders get their start. You know, it's how the next Oxygen David, or the next Bullet Bale, or the next whoever your favourite mapper is, I don't particularly care. That's how they're gonna get started, is by tweaking maps and editing stuff. They're not gonna jump in and start making a brilliant map straight away. Sadly, you're a console. Oh, that sucks. That sucks, because console can't mod. But I went on a rant again, haven't I? I've gone on a rant, but it was one that was positive at the end. Is it really a rant? DM maps are always your favourite? Yeah. DMs just have this extra little appeal. They've got, I don't know, maybe a bit of extra character? Ooh, DJ. Yeah, that shouldn't be happening. What field was it? Because that means that Oxy's derped up potentially a field def. See, Oxy, I've got the nice people in the farm sim community in here. It's a mission, Oxy. That's the problem. Field 10? Where's field 10? It's a mission which hints at a field def being derped. Yeah, I found it straight away, JD. It's right beside the shop. It's not right beside the shop. It's beside the animal dealer in the VGA. Hey, Baddock's fighting. All the way around outside for 3 meters. Oh, that's not a field def issue then. That's a game limitation. You can't do the XML thing you put in Discord. How? Why can't you do it? I did it, and I'm an idiot. If I can do something, anybody can. I actually did it first time as well. Without knowing what to do. Just went off what Shai said in the stream yesterday and figured out exactly what he did. Or roughly what he did. I got it to work, that's the main thing. You can't find the right XMLs. The pallets are in... I can't remember where the pallets are. The forks just go into, like, the vehicles in the game data. The pallets are in a different area, and I can't remember what it's called. Reese, are you playing on New Farmer by any chance? Because there is a house at the main yard. Let me just zip over. Where the hell am I going? Let me just zip over to the house real quick. Because there's a house on the map already. Or something the game counts as a house at least. So if I come down here and go this way. Slightly lost currently. There we go. This is counted as a house. Is it right here? Yeah. This right here is little... Can you see? Yeah. Else? Oh, you can't see it. Yes. This is what the game counts as a house. That's why you can't place one. I'm not Jeremy. I love when maps release. It means I don't get the "when is this coming out" comment. If you're on New Farmer, which is where you have the full yard, yeah, that little white house is where found the pallet XML. Yeah, as for the fork one, you need to go to vehicles and then go to Magsy and just pick one at random. I used the pallet fork. Worked perfectly. And you just change the vehicle types and the big bag XML. Lanny said you can't go inside. Ah, yes. No, you can sleep, but you can't go inside. See you down the line. You'll have to change pretty much everything in the big bag pack, every XML to suit, and you have to know roughly what everything is. But it does work, and I'm proof of that because I actually got it to work. That was the wrong button, Dave. I wanted to turn off the harvester. Or the reel, not the harvester as a whole. There's a roll, you'll mow for a few meters, and it'll say you don't have access to land, it'll start again, so it makes a message, you don't plan to do so many missions. I don't plan on doing any missions on this map. But yeah, that's definitely an issue. I would guess, Oxy, it's probably spots where you don't necessarily have the field defs 100% overlapping. You did a boo-boo earlier with big bags on the trailer. Rip. So what I'm going to do next isn't going to be baling. I'm not going to bale next. I'm going to grab a lime spreader and spread some lime. And I've got a sneaky suspicion I know why Landy's lime thingy isn't working. Hey, SFTN. What equipment is this farm using in real life? I think it's class, is it not? People were saying yesterday. Trailer tip before you had a chance to connect. Rip. I got a sneaking suspicion I know what Landy's problem was, because I've now got the real dirt mod in. I just want to test something, so I'm going to do something a bit stupid and buy this. In the full 1801 configuration, so 1800 liters, which granted is hideously tiny for this map, but I'm doing it to test something, so it's fine. It's fine. Where's the little roadway that I need here? Oh, it's up beyond the fields here, isn't it? Actually, on a related note, because William pointed out the problem, or what his problem was, is that a bug with the map? That the chicken's dirt area is a bit wonked. Just things worth me knowing. Yeah, JD, I knew about this, I just couldn't remember where exactly the shortcut was. Hey, Gold Plays! So, I am going to use a hilariously tiny spinner to do this. But it's because I want to test something. I want to test... Chicken's awkward cleanup. Okay. Helpful for me to know if I do get chickens, which I probably won't, but still. Oh yeah, I bought one of those yesterday, didn't I? Yeah, the second bag hook there is me testing before the stream that my tweaks did in fact work. It's a good likeness. It really is, actually. Yeah, this is the sole piece of starter equipment that I actually kept because I like the 6R. I'm tempted to do an edit of the Kuhn Fert spinner so that it can take lime. Really tempted to do that. Because I don't mind tweaking mods for myself just to make them work the way that I want them to, like I've done with the big bags. You sure this thing isn't supposed to be in a pedal tractor? I'm reasonably sure. I should. Yeah, I'm not going to release it though, because I don't see the point. Oxy, I think you've hit a winner with this map. So many people happy. Link, 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 Link. So let's thought for a second you were talking to me there, Oxy. Hint of what my real name might actually be. Line placeables on the mod hub, yes. But that one there that I just used is actually plonked in the map by default. So if this doesn't work, then I'm very confused. Because the tires should go white in theory, but I don't think they will. How does this plastic... I don't know. I'm fairly certain that in real life the coon does take lime as well. Like that's the frustrating thing. I would sort of need to drive over it. Well, yeah, but oh god, I'm not even gonna get a full headland done with it. This is a terrible idea. I'm changing my mind immediately. I'm changing plans immediately for this map. This is the worst idea I've had in a while. This is a horrific idea. Am I even gonna get half a headland out of this? Do they go wide if they drive over where I've been? I don't know, I'm gonna do some donuts over in the Limewood area. And see if the tires turn white. Which they should, but I don't know. Can I even get to this? Okay, I can get to this corner, but only just. I think that's about... Yeah, that's not even half the field, is it? Right, I'm gonna drive straight down where I've limed already and see if the tires turn white. They, in theory, should, but I don't know if they will. Driver will spread a bit and it'll go white. Starting to question if I've got the mod installed. Because that's still suspiciously brown. That did nothing whatsoever. Does the dirt setting affect it? It might. Oh, hang on. No, that's just them being cleaned up. Hey, El Indio. How you doing today, dude? Yeah, let's use something that actually makes sense for this field. Let's use the K105 with the big extension. Standard tires and the 6-meter spreading unit. Yours turn green. Yeah, turn green on grass. You can actually see that happening there. If I actually just do a few donuts here in the grass, they should turn fully green. Yeah, the grass works 100%. Because you can see the green tint on the tires right now. Like you can see the green, but for some reason it just doesn't work on lime. Gold plays, I have no idea what Silver's on about. I don't watch his videos. So you're gonna have to be a bit more specific than Silver talked about it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't watch Silver's content at all. Normally because I already know the stuff that he talks about. 2.6 hours, an 8 RT, Kiss Boom, and T6 Overkill. I think it might be a few too many tractors, Blash. But that's entirely up to you. For me, that's too much. Oh, yeah, that is a mod on PC Gold. It's called the Dirt Color mod. Be aware that it doesn't work with big bags by default. I've had to edit my big bag mod to suit the the way that the dirt color mod works. Has my day been? I woke up late, started the stream late, and gonna finish late, so my day has been going late. And also quite good. Thought I played on PC? I do. I'm using my PC right now. I'm playing on PC. I just happen to have an Xbox One controller. It's cool, it's more realistic. It's a bit less realistic because you do need to edit your big bags to be a bit wonky. You do need to tweak them, but it's cool in the way that it works, yeah. You have 5 on Felsburn when you still run shorts on, I mean, fair enough. You're mowing field 19 with the starter coon mower? Oh, come on, Bradley. You can do better than that. Download 50 cicadas. Mow field 19 with that. I used the wheel recently. I've just not had the time to set it up recently. Quite honestly. I've been rushing to get streams ready and set up, and the wheel takes like 5 minutes, so it's a lot easier to just use the Xbox controller, which you just need to plug in. You're kind of broke and can't afford a better mower. You could probably sell off the one you start off with and buy 50 cicadas and still have money left over. I had it set up on 11. What happened is I've got a tiny desk Spudman, and basically after streams I disassemble the wheel again. So it's not a case of the wheel is always there, it's a case of my desk is so small that I can't have the wheel and other things on the desk. So, like when I'm eating, the wheel has to go down. When I'm playing flight sims, the wheel has to go down. So it's a case of the wheel by default is not set up. Is the default state of things in my room, and I need to set it up every time I want to use it. It's patch 1.3 beta. This is not patch 1.3 beta I'm using. Apparently that breaks Courseplay as is, or as the version that I have. There is a version of Courseplay now that is supposed to work with 1.3, but be aware that, you know, as with all betas, things can and will be weird. You know, this map, I think a lot of people do, Archie. There's a small group that are being very vocal about disliking it, but I mean, people are allowed to be wrong on the internet. DJ, you know what I meant. Your desk is small. My desk is tiny, but it's the biggest I can fit in here, so I don't mind the faffry. Because I can just put the wheel under my desk, which is where it's currently living. I will, by the way, get Courseplay onto a plow to do this. Why don't I play Flight Sim with a wheel? Because I like using like logical control systems. I have considered using the pedals as rudder pedals, though. That would be an interesting way to do it. I think GPS could come to console. I don't know, Max. I don't think there's enough control bindings available on console for GPS, even Wopster's version, to come. But I've been wrong before, I could be wrong now, I'll be wrong in the future. I am determined to get this field done. And I mean, I at least tried to use a hilariously tiny piece of equipment that'll take forever, but this one is going to be a lot more logical. Yeah, Spudman, it's a real yard. Nathaniel, you need to update your Courseplay. There's a version came out today that fixed that. Problem isn't the map, it is Courseplay itself. It's actually a 1.3 beta. But yeah, the problem is the beta broke Courseplay a bit. It's just very packed. It's a real yard. The real farm has this issue. Like, I do agree with you, Spudman, that the yard is a bit packed. But it's a real yard, so... like, I can understand that. I actually kind of prefer it, that it's a bit kind of packed and tight and painful to use at times. You lined the same field earlier while cursing Oxy. Yeah. I'm gonna curse lime and how quickly it gets used up. But luckily Oxy put a lime trigger just off the field, so it's fine. Well, this is gonna take Oxy probably an hour and a half to lime up. Even with this slightly larger spreader. So I will be hopping between this and other jobs, because I've got the baling to do, I've got bales to pick up. Tell your yard's much better. There comes a point where the yard is too tight already, but yeah, like the Oxy's really hit the balance with this yard, with this map. The way the yards are. Fill up lime, please. I prefer tighter. I prefer smaller, tighter yards. They're a bit more of a challenge to use. Don't think you're... oh, I forgot that was on this map! How did I forget MTA was on the map? Track vent is far too big for the yard. I agree with you there, Spudman. I think the tracked vent is a bit overkill as a startup piece of equipment. But then again, I generally start with medium-sized tractors, small to medium, so... nah, Spudman's just voicing his grievances with the maps. That is true, Oxy. Europeans and Americans prefer much wider open yards. Whereas the Irish and British just love like squeezing a tractor in between two buildings for some reason. When you drive around the yard, you say to yourself, if Dave can navigate this, so can I. DJ, that's exactly it. It's tight, but not so tight that you're stuck in Ballincraig. Like, I like me a tight yard. I like a challenge in a yard. I don't like a yard where you get stuck. Blaz, you're the exception that proves the rule. Plus, you're from Eastern Europe, where it's much more similar to Ireland and the UK in terms of yard preferences. It tends to be Central Europeans that complain about yards being way too tight. Germans in particular. Germans and French. Germans and French tend to be a bit more in favour of big wide open yards, and Americans and Australians. But then you get the British and Irish and kind of Eastern European contingent who just don't care and just want sheds beside sheds and like 3 feet in between everything else, just enough to fit a tractor through. From the States and you'd rather play on some tighter yards. That's the thing, a lot of Americans do prefer British maps as well. There's a real weird thing. Like, I love American maps because it's a different style of yard to what I'm used to. But I prefer British maps because it's a lot closer to what I'd see in like on my travels when I go outside for once. Why do you change the vehicle type to? So for the pallets, you choose like or for the big bags and the pallets, you choose. We'll say what the pallets are in game. For the big bags and the pallets, you pick out a Magsy piece of equipment, or for the big lifters and stuff, pick out a Magsy piece of equipment, and grab the vehicle type out of that. For the bags and stuff, just vehicle type is pallet. P-A-L-L-E-T, no caps. When you create the tracks for GPS, it won't close the menu? I don't know, Bradley. Hey, MJ. For British and Irish maps, most American maps don't represent what you see around you. See, that's the fun part, though, Millennium, is it's playing something that's, like, not what you're used to seeing. Because around me... honestly, actually, around me, the fields are about this size. They're roughly kind of this size of field. Specifically where I am, but, like... If I go out in one direction, they get much, much tighter. If I go in the other direction, they get much, much bigger. It's a very odd area where I live. Don't like that everyone assumes US farms are big square flat lands. They're in the Midwest. They're in the big farming areas. But yeah, they're not all huge, square and flat. The Great Plains they are, but that's just a weird little thing that the Great Plains have. But you look at, I don't like the guy. He just rubs me up the wrong way. But you look at One Lonely Farmer's videos, and you see that a lot of the yards are very, or a lot of the, not necessarily the yards, but the fields are very British style. Jeremy Daniels agrees with me. But you know, in certain areas you do get huge, massive square fields in the US. What's up with it? Nothing, MJ. It's just that certain circles have decided they don't like it because they're jealous of Oxy, I guess. I don't know. Because they don't know, say, they follow somebody who doesn't know how to make a map, and they have decided they want to crap on a really good map. I can't come from Tipperary. Facebook community? To a certain extent, yeah. There's some people who do know better, or should know better, that are doing it as well. FSU, it's one person's leading that, MJ. One person in particular, and my estimation of them is going down and down and down and down and down. I ain't gonna name names, MJ. I ain't gonna name names, because I don't want to start drama. Just suffice it to say, my estimation of them just cannot stop lowering. And there is somebody else involved that should definitely know better. But I guess their ego's getting to them now. But lady in, hey, Jim's house. How you doing? How's the toe? I will also say that the mods are on high alert today because of all the nonsense. I put them on high alert in Discord earlier, so regulars and people who the mods feel are okay are safe. People who are just coming in to cause trouble, not so much. Courseplay work with offset tools. Yes, but you need to manually set the offset. I think it might detect it, actually. I usually manually set just in case. Oh, it might not. They might not have implemented that yet. Spudman, don't worry. I'm not... And you're safe. You're voicing concerns and criticisms in a healthy way. You're not just crapping on the map for the sake of it. It is a wonder, because I have put the mods on high alert and they've all been polishing their hammers. I get the feeling Yanis is slightly disappointed. As for the person who should definitely know better, Oxy, I kind of saw that coming a couple of months ago. Because I've noticed an ego developing there, and it's been getting bigger and bigger, and it was bound to happen eventually. What's the most realistic way to refill the lime spreader? Is it with a telehandler or wheel loader? Whatever you want to do, Patrick. Some farms have like ramps where they just dump trailers in. Some farms do, yes, have telehandlers. Some farms use a front loader. Some farms might use a conveyor. Some farms might use a wheel loader. It's really up to you. Some might have a silo like that they fill with lime. So it's 100% up to you. Yeah, see, you know that sometimes I might phrase things badly, but it's always intended as like, this could be better. I know. Yeah, this is something that I just don't like because personal preferences. Like the vent. Hate the vent as a starter piece of equipment. But I get that some people will like it. Oh, Jim's house. Here's a fun thing. Here's a really fun thing. If you see Marwell or anything by CD on a mod site that's not the Giants mod hub, you know for a 100% fact that is a dodgy site and you should not use it. Because somebody suggested a site to me the other day, and I think it was Facebook. I went on and the very first thing I saw was CD's brown. I was like, oh, okay, that's a lovely big red flag they're waving to me. It's just great. CD, I'm with you there. Shamrock is Bay. I ain't gonna play it in 17 again, but it's Bay. RN, no, there's actually a fence hidden in that hedge. Hello, Team Smudge Racing Gaming. You couldn't decide on just one thing to do. You couldn't just race or game. You had to do both. I'm doing good. How are you? Also, that's just a joke. Don't get hideously offended. Oakfield's your favourite, Millennium? I always preferred Shamrock, because it's like, Oakfield's Landy's favourite because it's closer to where he is. Shamrock's my favourite because it's closer to where I am, I guess. It reminds me of... it still does to this day. It reminds me of West Cork, where I went on holidays as a child. So there's a lot of nostalgia value to Shamrock. Even the first time that I went on it, I yeah. There was emotion. When you go on to a map and you immediately get like nostalgic feelings right out the gate, and you get a bit emotional, that is the ideal map for you. William, he's got magic edges, as far as I'm aware. Where's GPS? It's on GitHub, Tristan, so the generic Courseplay warnings for GitHub apply to GPS as well. You know, don't use it, or best case scenario, you don't use it if you don't know what you're doing, or you don't know how to diagnose issues, or you don't know how to fix problems. You see Baker's Racing, his team is called Team Smudge, keeping it alive. That's actually really nice, dude. I know that I made fun of you for the name, but I try and make fun of everybody if I can. That's a really nice thought. That's actually lovely. Why is Baker's racing, by the way? Because I've never heard of that before. Unless you've misspelled something, I've never heard of this Baker's racing thing. Are you like racing bread vans or something? There should be a giant ass oh, there it is. There should be a giant ass patch that I've missed. There it is. I like learning new things in streams, so please do explain what the hell it is. Also, I hope Jimmy Broadband's team hasn't already crashed out of Bathurst, because I want to watch him after the stream. Because the Bathurst 12 Hours in iRacing is on this weekend. Has chat just gone silent for a minute? Got 77 people in and nobody's got anything to say. This is always entertaining when YouTube does this. I love streams sometimes, it's like, everybody's talking then nobody's talking. Ah, it's still working. Why am I not using GPS? Because I don't want to. Hey Connor! You know this map? I do as well. It's Cobra coming to 19. Byron, as things stand, I'm not gonna say 100% no, but as things stand, probably not. Banger Racing is motor racing. Oh, Banger Racing! Because you said Baker Racing the first time and I got really confused. Yeah, Banger Racing I know about. There's a track not too far from me. Although I've only been there for drift. I've only been there to watch some drifting. And some hot rods. Hot rod racing on quarter-mile ovals is amazing to watch. Also, somebody now needs to make Baker Racing. CG got an update. Oh, did it? I'm kind of glad that I didn't download it yet. Take the mick out of your name. That noisy gamer. You're that guy in Xbox Live. That guy. The guy who's got really bad music on and just insists on having their mic be fully open in the middle of a game where it's just this terrible music being garbled by Xbox Live encoding and you can't understand a damn thing, but it's terrible. Word from Sim. Sim has been very busy lately. He's also been playing Sea of Thieves a lot. So, he's fine. He just does this sometimes. You dyslexia, sorry for mistakes. It's fine. I'm half blind, so sorry for any mistakes I make. Speaking of, where the hell did I put my glasses? That's a mild concern. The only time dyslexia catches me out, like when other people have it, is when they accidentally spell something as a different word. And that confuses the crap out of me, because I don't understand them then.
Hello, Dave. Dave.
Team Smudge, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. Felsbrunn looks very different now. The stream shouldn't say Felsbrunn, it should say Marwell. Have I accidentally left Felsbrunn in the title? No, it says Marwell. I mean autocorrect. No, sometimes they do legitimately just spell something as a completely different word. Good old Dave Grohl. Yes, DJ. That's why I force push to talk in every room. Because, like, I don't want to hear your music. I'm very sorry. But I don't want to hear every little thing going on in people's house. It's also, even on TeamSpeak, it was just us in there. It's a private TeamSpeak, there's only very few people even get in there. Go in there, but it's all push to talk because none of us want to hear everything. We all want time to be able to watch YouTube videos and just chill and chat. And with no push to talk, it just ends up being a hot mess. You're dyslexic, and if you can't spell something, you just spell how it sounds. That definitely works. Controller misuse. That's actually the best way to spell things, if you're not entirely sure. You'll probably spell it wrong, because the English language is hideous for spelling. But it's always easier to just spell how it sounds. It's much easier with, like, German or something, because every letter has a distinct sound in German. Whereas English, I mean, read and read are the same word. Lead and led are the same word. I mean, come on, English. Feed and fed. Well, no, the double E makes the E sound, and the single E makes the sound. That's fine. Also helps when you type in non-native languages, yes. See, Smudge. No, Spudman, you're not allowed to swear in German. Hello, Glingar. How are you today, Glingar? How did your trucking go? I saw you were in ETS earlier. I was going to shoot you a few messages about something, but decided against it. I might shoot you a few messages after the stream, Glengar. There's been some shenanigans. Will GPS and Follow Me be coming to consoles? No. They're both scripts. Plus they both have a lot of keybinds in them, and console doesn't have that many available. So it kind of, there's two real limitations to like stuff coming to console. The first and most obvious is consoles won't allow scripts. That's a decision from Sony and Microsoft that they are just adamant on. They're not allowing scripts. The second one, that's maybe not as obvious, is that there just aren't many bindings available on left on controllers, which I know Xbox can have. Does allow for keyboards right now, but the thing is that Giants want to cater towards people who just have like bog standard Xbox One, release day version with no keyboard, no any extras, and just an Xbox controller. Same with PS4. And by default, neither of the consoles. Apparently, Sony allow keyboards too. Okay. But by default, neither of the consoles allow for keyboards. They don't come with one. They do come with controllers, though. So that's why keybinds are a thing on console, and why the limitations are there. And I think it's probably the best way to do things. Because it's silly telling people, "Oh, you need to buy a keyboard for your console." Well, I've got a laptop. Why do I need a keyboard on my Xbox? As you enable GS cheat money, your console enabled, can't use the command. Enable cheat mode. There's a video on the channel 6. How to enable cheat mode and run super fast. That's what you're gonna want. Hey, nightmare. Season's out yet? No, not yet. You just had to do something. I thought you were running away for the rest of the stream. Games have to use the stock control method of the platform. Yeah, pretty much. It's just a better way to design games. There's no point in telling people, like, you need to have this... You need to have these 17 extra pieces of hardware to play this game. It's like back in the PS2 days when the iToy came out. It's like, it was dumb to have to buy the iToy to play certain games. If Seasons is out, I don't know about it yet. Seasons of Marwell will be perfect. Yes. There is going to be an update when Seasons does come out for Marwell. Do I believe in the paranormal? Kind of, in a way. Depends what you mean. Hey, tunes by Ghost. That was clickbait. I hate when people do that crap. Like, sure, I'll sometimes put something that I'm not going to do in the thumbnail because I don't have any plans. With keyboard. But you can play Rally with a keyboard, DJ, that's the point. It's not very easy, but you can. They allow for it. Same with iRacing. You can play iRacing, which is a very costly simulator service. You can play that on a keyboard. Some of the top guys play on controllers. Most everybody on iRacing, though, wheels, because... Shane Emmons said, shame. No, don't do that, because I'm not naming Shane the idiot who's attacking Oxy just for making, Marwell. The idiot that's leading that charge of doing it. Do I know Theojo? No, never heard of him. Dirt Rally with, well, yeah, Dirt Rally with a wheel is difficult. Second channel... But what? That makes no sense, Tunes by Ghost. Oh, yeah, Glengar, I have no problem alluding to the person. I'm just not going to name and shame. Because it's not my place to call somebody an idiot. Like, it's a bit hypocritical for me to say somebody's an idiot, because I'm an idiot. Good to go. See you, Hedgehog. Hello, Nathan. Well, there's definitely people in that circle of people being idiots and just crapping on Marwell for no good reason. Yes, it is mentioned at Ab in Chatlingar. There are people in that circle that are even dumber because they should know better. Jeans by Ghost is Nightmare Speed QB's second channel. Okay. Takes an idiot to know an idiot. This is true. But this is a level of idiocy that I don't ascend to. This is... When I'm calling somebody an idiot, it means they're truly an idiot. Thought he would love it. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about VS Review. All I'm going to say is I know what he said. I think he's wrong on every level. I think he's going to regret saying those things. And yeah, so this field nearly finished. Where's the fuel tank in the farm? I have no idea, controller misuse. I've not looked for it yet. I've not needed it yet. What makes an idiot an idiot? Well, I'm an idiot because I do dumb stuff. The The people being idiots about Marwell are being idiots because, I'm not gonna be mean. I'm gonna be nice. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. What plow do I recommend? One that your tractors can pull. What other games do I like to play? What other games do I have installed at the moment? I love strategy games. I've got a lot of them installed at the moment. I've got X-Plane installed because I love sims. I love sim games. I do occasionally play like Project Cars and stuff. It's next to the workshop. Ah, okay. A couple of role-playing games installed because I do like them as well. Got a pretty wide interest in games, just that I don't put many on the channel. You have the Vogel Newt 640. Very nice. I've got the one that I sold it, but then I bought it back. The 540 that you start with. Hey, Bob Farmer. How you doing today, dude? So the John Deere is about to go on Courseplay, because this didn't actually take as long as I'd feared. But this is definitely going to be a course that I need to save. Shy, I'm sure that if you spent enough time, you could do this. This is the thing that I keep saying, is like, anybody can be as good as Oxy. Anybody. They just can't be as good as quickly. Because Oxy's got some weird magic of the map gods or something that he's been blessed with, where he can just magic a map out of his ass that is this good in a couple of months. Did I get Megacorp? I have not got Megacorp for Solaris. I quite like the idea, but I can't justify the expense right now. This is what, field 18. This is gonna take Courseplay a while. 5 headlands after the fact. Circle bypass, even though there's nothing to bypass. This is gonna be the first one I actually folder off the courses as well. First map. So, field 18. This is the 5-furrow plow. 5-furrow plow. It'll take a second to save. As it crashed my game. Has my game? Oh no, there it goes. This goes into that folder. Start at the first waypoint and off you go. In the meantime, we've got some baling that can be done. Price is a bit much. That's the problem with games by... I've forgotten the name of the publisher. It's the publisher. Like, they just have a ton of strategy games. And they're just DLC central. It's amazing. But yeah, the prices of the DLC are maybe a touch high. See you, Smudge. Where's Project Cars gone? I've stopped doing that, Tristan, for one very simple reason, and that's that the AI cheats. I only discovered it after the last couple of videos I did, that if it rains, the AI slows down, but it's not affected by puddles at all, and it doesn't play by the same rules as you do physics-wise. So, I've stopped doing it because there's no point in doing a series where every time it rains I lose. Just automatically. Can you put folders into folders in Courseplay? I don't know, Finton, I've never tried, but I presume you can. I don't know why you'd want to, though. But that's where Project Cars has gone. Paradox, thank you, 6. Imperator Rome looks amazing! But then again, I love Rome Total War, so of course I'm going to like Imperator Rome, because it's the same basic idea, but with Crusader Kings aspects. I mean, Crusader Kings and Rome Total War merging together is just like, oh my god, yes. Yeah, the AI in Farm Sim is incompetent, but it never cheats. I cheat, but the AI doesn't. Is RainbowDave okay today? RainbowDave is fine today. RainbowDave is frustrated with people being idiots today. From what he's been hearing on Facebook and stuff. And from Oxy, but RainbowDave is good. And nobody in chat is particularly in danger of Dave raging on them today. Dave is in a good mood. What maps are coming? I don't know. Well, I know what Oxy's next map is. But I'm not going to say, because it's up to Oxy to reveal the super secret, top secret, super secret. I also know what one of the cool little things Oxy's going to throw in is, because I threw some sounds over to him for it today, or last night. Controller misuse, I always hate idiots. That's nothing new, I've always complained about people being idiots. Meadow Grove I'm looking forward to, Air Ireland not so much. It's just something that I don't personally have an interest in. As much as I love Irish maps, I just, for whatever reason, Air Ireland doesn't appeal to me. William, I can answer that straight out. Yes. Oxy doesn't make maps and not bring them to console. Oxy cares for the console crowd. Personal preference, exactly, Gungar. And sometimes I just don't like maps for no reason whatsoever. So, yeah, sometimes I don't like a map because I just don't like a map. People who think that I need reasons are silly. Oxy should not say until it comes out. Oh, I don't know, I think a lot of people would be very happy to hear what it is. How does making maps for 19 compared to 17? From what I've heard, Jeremy, and this goes for mods in general, a lot more difficult. By the way, I'm going till 8 o'clock today if you're wondering why I'm still alive at 7:05. Hey, Brit plays. Is Bill making something? No, Tristan, he's not interested in 19 at the moment. He's making a tip Mac next. That'd be awesome, but I doubt it. I could legit send him, like, the area that I based Donetsk on in the past. Because I think that'd make a very interesting map. 6, I'm with you there. This is my favorite baler right now. This is Baler Bay. Bay Baler? Baler. Ah. Hashtag Oxy is Bay. That's slightly weird. Don't blame Bill, to be honest. I don't agree with him, but I don't blame him. Like, I'm allowed to disagree with somebody intensely. Not holding it against them. But I feel like his points have no merit. Personal opinion. Apart from his complaint about the sound, that one has merit, because the sound could do with improvement in 19. That much I will agree with him on. How have I got the game sounds turned down again? Nope. This is just a very quiet fast track. Did I try the ETS update? No, I've not played ETS in the longest time, Dan. not had much of an interest in playing it. A lot of people haven't... Yeah, I don't understand why a lot of people haven't taken to the game. I didn't initially, I'll be honest. But... like, it just took a bit of time for it to really grow on me. Richard, I know there's so many people who are disappointed that Shamrock never made it to console, and I feel so sorry for you guys. That's why I didn't take to it initially, Glengar. But once I started using my controller, my old controller, then I was like, yes, actually, no, this is good. And then my controller died, so I've got an Xbox One controller now. Hey, Charlie. I do vaguely remember you from yesterday, but keep in mind that I've got the memory of a particularly forgetful goldfish. Sounds seem a lot louder to you. Maybe they've changed the sounds to 1.3. What's for tea? I don't know. I might make myself something. I might have something downstairs ready for me. I don't know. Yeah, Glengar, if you do get a controller, be willing to spend a bit more to get an official Xbox One controller, because, like, this cost me about €50. And it is very sensitive. It's a bit odd to get used to. Your PlayStation, man. Xbox controllers are so much nicer, though. They're so much more user-friendly than having to have your thumb way over to one side. $75? What's 75 about? Jim says, are you counting the bales? You can use both keyboard and wheel. I'm just not a fan of the keyboard controls. The way the steering works on keyboard. €75 for a new Xbox controller? That... Giants are hoping to make improvements, for sure, Jeremy. It's always the way Giants work, is... they'll look at what the community wants to a certain extent. Sometimes, like, the community just wants something that they're not willing to edit, like canola straw. Like, that's a balance thing. But they'll generally look at what the community wants and try to get it into the game if they can. Hello, James Lance, by the way. Because I did genuinely have a chat with Christian, the CEO, about canola straw specifically, and I said, like, it is a thing, because he was certain it wasn't. I said, no, it's a thing, but I mean, at the same time, there's the whole balance of the game, and I think canola would be just hideously overpowered as a crop if there was straw attached as well. Because at the end of the day, farm sim is a game, and game balance has to be a thing. You get a G920 on Xbox? That is a good wheel. Logitech make good wheels, Bob. Personally, I prefer Thrustmaster wheels, though. Bales in game need sorting. If a tractor load explode today, I've not had that happen yet. I've not had issues with bales. I think this is one of the better maps ever made for farm sim, if not the best. Like, from a pure technical standpoint, like, he's not put 50 trillion scripts in. There's one or two things on PC that are additional compared to console, but there's nothing that's like way out there. I think this is what a map should be. It's just like, use as much of the base game as you possibly can, and if you want to put a few extra things in for sparkle and shine, then do. Can't wait to see Chellington. Oh dear, don't let Landy hear you say that, James. Simplicity is key, controller. Like, I'll say it pure and simple, the best maps are the ones that don't try and be fancy. Because you got people like Stevie and whoever keeps making Pleasant Valley, who try and get really fancy and put 50 trillion scripts in, and it just, for me at least, becomes a hot mess of just like, yeah, you've downloaded everything off Marwell's website, that's great, but how does it all mesh together? Like, how does it all come together as one? Whereas you get a very simplistic map that just does the base game features and just the base game stuff, and it just meshes together. Everything makes sense with where it is, and like that's a much better map to me. I don't particularly care for maps with all of the scripts. Just want something that I can play on, not need to worry about, oh well, ooh, this one script over here says I need to do these 3 things over there to get this one thing over here on the other side of the map to work. He's like, that's not fun for me. This map says I need to harvest. I can do that. This map says I need bales. This map says farm. I can do that. I know how to farm. Plus, just as a YouTuber, I feel like this is my own feeling here. I feel like it's my duty to give a good representation to the guys that are on console as well. So yes, I do use scripts and stuff, like Courseplay, like what I got in the other field down there. But I don't go over the top and use every script under the sun because, well, then I get console people, not necessarily you guys here, but some console people come in and say, why are you playing farm sim like this? It's not that like this on console. Why aren't these on console? Console. And it's like, oh, go away, please. Meadowgrove is amazing, James. It is. Nathan's gone above and beyond. He's really pushing his ability now, and it's showing. I think there's still more to come from Nathan, though. I think he's got a lot more potential than he's even got in Meadowgrove. Hey, Pa. You're not late. The stream's still going. Hello, Jake, as well. I think Nathan and Dusty Dave both have a lot of potential. And I hope that they really start pushing themselves to learn more and improve. I think they've got the potential to be as good as Oxy. James, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. What platforms is Meadowgrove coming to? PC for sure, console hopefully. Which JCB is this? It's the 4220. We've gone full George Saunders on this. That baler though. What's wrong with the baler? This baler is beautiful. I missed quite a few bits, but I'm not going to go back and try and do all of this. A pound for every minute. He's late. I've been going for nearly 2 hours. I'm never going to ask somebody to donate like £120. Good lord. George Legend, it's massive. This is a big baler, yeah. Does they end up releasing Best of Me? No, I think, if memory serves, plan is to release as mod contest. It was by some 24 4220. If you want a card faster, 4220. If you want a Fent, then get the Fent. Who's Bessie? That's the name of Dusty Dave's map that he's been working on for the last little while. As my contest, I'm expecting that at the end of the year, if assuming the test list kind of cleans up a bit. Chieftain's early. Dang it, CD! While I'm streaming, I'll have to go to the Facebooks and get that downloaded after the stream. You might want to send Landy a message, CD. Just let him know that the Chieftain's out, because I'm sure he'll be quite happy. Brown Trader. Oh. It's on the 4D Modding Facebook page, guys. Go grab. Grabby. Magic hedges. Yes. Yeah, for those of you wondering, these are the hedges on this map are magic hedges because I just got a bale stuck on it. There you go. Thanks, Gungar. I was just about to ask you to do that. There's the link to 4D's Facebook page, aka CD's Facebook page. Go grab the chieftain. I'll be going there after the stream. How do you unban someone from a server? With great favoury. I actually think you can get into the ban listing game and do it from there. You gonna beat me to it? What, downloading Chieftain? Probably, because I'm gonna be streaming for another 40 minutes. So, I presume everybody in the stream right now is gonna beat me to downloading the Chieftain. By the way, if you guys want a bit of input on is it on console with the Chieftain? No. Not yet, anyway. I think CD's plans are to release everything on console eventually, but he's just temporarily releasing on his Facebook page for now. Due to Giants testing being a bit of a hot mess, right? For the time being. But the plan is to get them on some mod hub, get them out onto console as well. After some... Is that allowed? Probably not, but myself and Landy are gonna push for a slight rule change due to the fact that testing has been atrocious lately. I'll watch the Kerry Dublin match. Fair enough. Enjoy, I hope Kerry win. Because Dublin are already too full of themselves as it is. Is Landy streaming tonight? No, Kai, that's why I'm continuing the extra hour. He's got a bit of a cold, so he's taken the weekend to try and recover, because he felt like butts last night. So he's just taking a bit of... He's taking a bit of Landy time. You just need to be flexible given the circumstances. I'm with you there, Jeremy. With the way testing has been, I think Giants need to maybe relax the exclusivity thingy. Especially if it's like only getting released on Facebook. If it's being released on like FSUK or something, then yeah, I'm fine with them being a bit harsh. Okay, this was a bad idea. This was a terrible idea. There's bales everywhere. I regret everything. So look at this plow texture everybody's been really... Oh my god. That is so pretty. It's a very clay soily plow texture as well. How is the John Deere getting on? Surprisingly well, it must be said. That is a really nice plow texture. Although, I can see the seam right here where the texture ends. Something you kind of learn to see over time is the seam. Did I even buy a bale trailer on this map? I can't remember. if I didn't, we're about to see what this fast track looks like when it's fully worn. In fact, we're going to see it either way, because I've just remembered that I definitely did not get the... If I didn't buy Bale Trader, then I definitely... I didn't buy Bale Trader. Oh, that was silly of me. Change the density of the stubble so it lines up and is denser. Nice! You place your in-game textures with this set from FSUK. I can see why you'd do that. I kind of prefer having the default textures on maps. But I am now tempted now that I've seen these textures in action. So, how bad do we think the fast track is going to look fully worn? How bad is this going to look? Because we know the brown looks good fully worn. And I know the Massey telehandler looks terrible fully worn. Farmer Hawkers, hello! I'm doing good. Cultivated texture is great as well. It is actually very good. It looks cultivated. Okay. So it's GS set. I think it's GS set. No. Where? Whoops. No. Oh, it's add wear amount. And 5. Okay. How bad is the fast track looking right now? Because I've also just completely worn the fast track. That's actually quite nice, but I'm going to -5 the fast track to get it fully fixed. And now we got our lovely worn brown with a perfectly good fast track. That is something you can do with the cheats mode as well, by the way. It's not a base game feature. This is map released. Yes, Travis came out yesterday. You made a mistake around betting. Oh god, FS Legend, why? Why would you do that? Why would you subject yourself to that hell? So this is how I wore the brown in Felsbrunn, and this is just going to be a thing for CD stuff. If it annoys you, tough luck. I like CD stuff with the full wear texture on because it looks delicious. Airs. I can just bring this straight to the field. Convenient. Where did I download the map from? Giants Mod Hub. Did I? Oh, I've got the wrong bloody bale fork. Dave, you idiot. You absolute moron. That's the wrong bale fork, Dave. Also sell one of these. Because it's the one that's in front loaders I want. Because I don't have it installed. Right. This is an excuse for me to download the brown, isn't it? Or the chieftain. One moment, please. That's going into the mod folder, correct. Have I missed anything else? I have not. Okay, so now we quit game. That's exactly what I'm activating, Dan. There's a reason that I downloaded the chieftain before that. Dave, why do you do this?
I've just done the same thing I did yesterday.
Hey, Digital Farmer. You just don't like it? I don't think it fits with the map, personally. Yes, thank you, Dan. I do this far too often, by the way. Have I foobarred something? Has something broken? No, never mind. Fence 724 to fast track. I replaced it with a fast track and I'm quite happy with my decision. Right, quick game again. For the chieftain, I will. Right. Slowly catch you mods. Okay, chieftain. There we go. The lizard IJKL. Lizard. No. What the hell is it called? Oh, fork lizard. Why do they call it fork? Blah. Angry Dave. This is proof, by the way, that I am truly an idiot. Because I made the exact same mistake I did a couple of minutes ago yesterday. And I made the same mistake today. Before I started the stream. I forgot to activate a mod. So, this isn't something that happens rarely, this is something that I do fairly regularly, that you guys don't see because I'm usually in the map by the time the stream starts. I usually have everything ready to go. Get a pretty neat stack from it. That's why I use it. I like forks that you can kind of semi-lock the bales to, because like you get a nice neat stack. Makes it a bit easier to do everything. Now we wait for the map to decide it wants to load. Come on, game. You know what to do. If your animals have food, water, and a clean stable, you can soon expect offspring. Right. You are on the Field 18 course, the 5 for a plough. Start at the nearest waypoint, please. Don't do anything stupid. Thank you. Is it just the low loader? Because if it's just the low loader, then I've kind of wasted my time a small bit here. It's just the low loader. Dang it, I thought it was a fuel bowser as well. I feel silly now. Universal bat. That's a really cool looking piece of equipment. And I want to buy front loaders. This because it's only in front loader, but you can't put the teleloader attachment on. Conveniently, we're in the Manitou. Can you change the in-cab FOV? Yes, it's in the commands. Just set FOV and then whatever number you want. By default, it's 65 or 60 or 63 or something. I do it as well, Ernie. It's so annoying. Because you get so used to just like, oh, I've got all the mods I need, bloop, and then you're like, oh, hang on, wait, I meant to activate that thing. Fent 943 or J8 or T. That's personal preference, Fent. I'm not going to tell you guys what tractors to use. Personally, I prefer the 943, but if you prefer the 8 or T, then that's completely up to you. I just find the 8 or T looks a bit derpy. Chieftain's Bell Trailer and low loader in one variant. Okay, but it doesn't have the fuel bowser, because that's what I thought it was. That said, I am going to use the crap out of the Chieftain, because if I were to get, we'll say, a forklift in the future for maybe dealing with sheep, then I'm going to need a forklift down at the yard, and it's going to be the fastest way to move it is with the Chieftain. All night stream, I'm only going to go until 8 max. Well, I gotta go also have stacking bales. I will have stacking bales. That is entirely the plan of me getting a bale fork. You didn't know about this little shortcut? Oxy told me about it yesterday. I've been using it since. Might be out tomorrow. Okay. Lanley's still going to be delighted. I'm still delighted because, I mean, it's the Chieftain. That is my favourite low loader. This fork is probably a touch big for this Manitou. The fork is as big as the vehicle. This is going to be fun. Yeah, I've done that, Dan. I hate maps where it's so easy, like, well, I love them, but I hate when you take a wrong turn on a map because it's so easy to do it because, like, the road just continues and then just suddenly stops after the last turn. It's like, ah, crap, I've done it again, haven't I? Right. Now for the fun bit, where I stack the bales. Stack the bales properly. There we go. Deploy the forks. You be using the Arcusan auto stacker? This is probably actually slightly faster. Hey, Mish. Manitou isn't struggling yet with the weight, so this is positive. This is good news. I'm mildly surprised that the Manitou's not struggling with the weight, but it's not struggling with the weight. It's actually quite happy with this. Perfect, only... Can I get the actual number here? Bales. Where's the bales? 71 to go. Which is nice because I think 72 divides into 4 equally. So I'd end up with a single stack of 3. If I was doing 3 stacks like I normally do for this, it'd be slightly better, but I decided to 4 stack them this time. Oh dang it. Oh dang it, oh dang it. Right, I need to go around the other side. See you guys. You got 90 bales? How did you get more bales than me off the same field? Probably because you didn't miss as much. There we go. You just use the autoloader? That's no fun though, Jake. You can't have bale explosions with an autoloader. With this, I'm always running the risk of the bales managing to explode. Because of me being an idiot. Also the fact that I haven't locked the bales down, so... I too like to live dangerously. I dislike how there's like a dead zone in the accelerator. Proper Saunders rig, that fast track looks the part. It really does. Especially with the worn to crap trailer. You're rubbish at stacking. I'm rubbish at stacking too. We need new bale textures. I like the bale textures. What's wrong with the bale textures? Stop. Communicate and listen. Ice, ice, baby. I like the bale textures in 19. I know they're the same as the bale textures from 17, but I think those bale textures are quite good. Use the paint stayed worn once repaired. You'd disagree if you've seen some of the wear textures this stuff have. Like if you get the Massey telehandler fully worn, it looks atrocious. It has no emitter texture. I have the small coon feeder. Does it not have an emitter texture? Oh dear. Ooh, careful, careful, careful. That might be fixed in 1.3 to be fair. They did mention that there was like various fixes and stuff. Okay. That is asking for trouble. What happens with full damage? Everything just gets like shiny metalled. With the Massey telehandler, it just looks really bad because of the way they've decided to design the worn texture. I'm regretting. I'm gonna swap this Manitou out for the slightly bigger Manitou. I decided because while it's fun to use that, it's not really well. It's interesting to use that. It's not really enjoyable. So let's get the the Manitou as opposed to the Massey. Instead of them fix the windows in the fast track. Seriously? Dang it. Can I show you the Massey worn? Okay, you've asked for it. So, here's the Massey. And if I go... just add... wear amount 5. This looks really bad to me. Like this, it doesn't look good at all. Like that isn't appealing at all. It somewhat makes sense in parts, but like the front, if you knock off like everything. Basically that's red. The very front looks fine. But then you get around to the back and what the hell is this? Like that... What's the Manitou like? Let's see what the Manitou is like. This is it fully worn. It... it looks almost identical. This is 100% wear on this Manitou. Is it entirely made of plastic? Was that a Giants model, the Massey? Yeah. That just looks bad. It does not look good at all. Like, I gave credit where credit's due, but I will complain when there's something that just does not look good at all. And that Massey fully worn does not look good at all. You have a problem. You just bought FS17 when you plug in your steering wheel, the game doesn't launch, but you unplug it, runs. That's an interesting problem. I've not come across that problem before, Blueberry. I don't know if there's a fix. Also, did you mean FS19? Because if it's FS19 you're having the problem with, you might be able to get some sort of fix done in the next patch. I think they might have forgotten to add wear to this. But it's definitely better to have no wear than to have wear like on the Massey, because let's be fair, the Massey just looks bad. Just bought 17. What wheel do you have? Bale's wear texture. That would be funny if the bales actually had a worn texture and they just became magically metal. Because the only wear textures currently available are metal. Acme RS Racing Wheel. I'm sorry to say this, Blueberry, but it could be that your wheel just isn't compatible with the game. Some bales aren't. Or some bales aren't. Some wheels aren't. And they just won't work with the game ever. The Acme RS isn't something that that is widespread. As a wheel, I haven't heard of many people using that at all. In fact, I haven't heard of it until today, and I tend to go around in sim racing circles a lot, so it's probably that it's some sort of weird wheel that just isn't supported by the game, unfortunately. And there's nothing you or when you download an illegal pirated version of FS17, it works. Yeah, I've never heard of that wheel before. CD, will you please stop nerding out in the corner, please? Because those were definitely words, and I understood Transformers and Megatron. I understood every word, but none of that made sense to me. I'm gonna try and use these bales to straighten the bales in front. Does this have the... Oh my god! Does the class have wear just yet? It's not worn, but I can make it worn. Using the... I can't believe that worked. Remember, kids, Dave's solutions are probably terrible. And... Excuse me? Bales, what are you doing? That's just asking for trouble. Did you get all the load out to the trailer for yourself? I actually like loading this trailer. Courseplay doesn't work ever since you downloaded MARWELL. You downloaded the course. Click to go, it doesn't come up. What's up with the yellow arrow? Any ideas? Did you also download the beta patch by any chance, David? Because if you didn't, you haven't updated your Courseplay yet. There was an update to Courseplay today that solves the issue with the beta patch. General idea, though, just update Courseplay, see if that fixes it. Just don't have the money to buy G27 G9. Yeah, your problem is most likely the wheel itself, Blueberry. And I don't think there's anything you'll be able to do to try and fix it. Download the new patch. Where's the update for Courseplay? It's on the GitHub, David. Same place you would have downloaded Courseplay from in the first place. Always check always get the always check the GitHub for updates. If you've updated something to your game, you check the GitHub for updates, because if it's a patch, odds are Courseplay needs to update to suit the patch. So yeah, your problem isn't the map, it's actually Courseplay. specifically incompatibility with the 1.3 beta patch with your version of Courseplay. Keep in mind, David, that you're going to have to follow you're going to have to install Courseplay correctly. Don't just download it from the GitHub and expect it to work straight out the box. If you don't know how to install Courseplay, number one, you probably shouldn't be using it right now. But number two, Simulate does have a video on his channel, how to install Courseplay. It hasn't changed since 17. It's an oldish video now, but the installation's not changed, so just follow his instructions, and if you have any problems, go annoy him. Because you won't get an answer, because he'll just shout at me for telling people to go annoy him again. Now, if you get any more problems, odds are you need to update Courseplay. That's just generally the, I've got a problem with the Courseplay beta, update it. I'm going to be doing Marwell again tomorrow, Aaron. Simply because Marwell's very popular at the moment, and I want to capitalize while I can. Can we get up to 100 likes again? Because I got over 100 yesterday. Gonna be cheeky. I don't know how many likes we're on, but if 100 is even reasonably possible, I'd love to hit it again. 41 at the moment? Let's get 50 then. Let's go for a much more reasonable number. If you are enjoying, SFTN does have a video for like how to install. It's going to be identical to Sims because the installation hasn't changed. But yes, SFTN does have a video on how to install, and he does have like a tutorial series. So if you find his video first, then use that. If you find Sims videos first, then use that. I'm just more used to pimping Simulates videos. I apologize. There we go! Look at that! Perfection. 52, hey! Can we hit 75? David, just search Courseplay. At the top of the channel you should see like a little search bar saying Courseplay. You're better off probably going to Simulation for the Nation. He did a Courseplay installation tutorial much more recently, so you might have a bit more look at that. Perfection. That's 16 bales loaded, only many to go. But that is one full auto stacker. That's one full Arcusian auto stack right there. That's a bale that I didn't want to pick up right there. Ooh, there's 4 in a line here, this'll do. We'll be finishing up in the next 10 or so minutes, by the way. You use this mouse? I find that it takes a bit of finesse to get used to either control method. Like, it takes a bit of time and learning. I can do it with either mouse and keyboard or controller, but it does, yeah, take a bit of time to get used to the way that it's going to respond to what on earth you're trying to do. It's a bit more fun with mouse and wheel, because then it really can go off the rails very quickly. Right, I'm going to withdraw the spikes real quick while I straighten this up. Is dressing the easiest? Whatever you find is best is the easiest. I'm not going to say there is an... You know, there is an easy mode for, like, bale stacking or whatever. Whatever you find is the easiest way to do it, is the easiest way to do it. It just so happens that I can do it with a controller, with a joystick, with a mouse and wheel, with a mouse and keyboard. You know, I can use every control option that is open to me reasonably well. But it all comes down to what you personally find is easiest. Let's just straighten up. That was the wrong bumper, Dave. There we go. Straighten this up a bit. Jab, grab, go. Use joystick, clutch extreme, 3D Pro, works for you. Yeah, whatever works for you, works for you. I'm not gonna say like, oh, that control method is bad because it's not the one that I use. Oh, it's like, whatever works for you, works for you. And I'm not gonna say it's bad or it's good or it's the best or it's the worst. If it works for you, that's the main thing. Because I'm gonna sell these bales, spoiler alert. In fact, first thing I'm gonna do is just cheat money minus 4500000. So now we're down to 49,047, which is a much more sane number of monies to have, because I think I'm done with the initial buy all the things setup period of the map, and we're now on the try and make money actually working the map period of the map. This is one of these weird times where I'm actually doing something so well that it actually looks realistic. We're on a 4x map, over 3,000 trees so far, your hands are starting to hurt. I'm trying to remember the button combination, the key combination GE for place something down with a random rotation. I think it's Alt B. The tire options do all affect traction, so if you've got dual wheels, they do actually provide much higher traction. If you've got wide tires, they do provide higher traction. If you got the wheel weights, the traction is improved. So yeah, the wheel options do have an effect in terms of like grips. They don't unfortunately affect weight, which I think is a bit of a shame, especially with the wheel weights, but they do affect traction. Hello, Deirdre. Where's this bale fork from? Mod Hub. Black sheep modding, lizard, fork, bale, fork, grab, fork, lizard. Lizard. Farm Life didn't like the twin wheels, I know. But by and large, I generally just like choose wheel options for looks alone. Like there's no rhyme or reason to not use just single wheels all the time. Sometimes I'll put double wheels on something when I'm just looking to have a certain look, or wide tires when I want a certain look. Some tractors just look better with wide tires, so I'll just throw wide tires on them for the sake of throwing wide tires on them. I don't. A lot of what I choose in game is based on looks alone. I will be very honest. How much lime did Field 18 take? About what was it? 4 or 5 trailers. Pizza's here. Pizza's not here. Pizza hasn't been in the streams for a long time. See you, Finn. Hello, Deirdre. I think I said hello to you already. But the John Deere's doing reasonably well on Field 18. It is starting to come into view properly now at all times.
Hello, Dave. Dave.
Marcus Gaming, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. It looks like we can fit 4 more bales on this. No pizza delivery. What kind of service is the no pizza delivery? Is it just some guy who shows up to your door, knocks, and says, no pizza? You like have to give him money. It sounds like the worst job. That sounds like a really fun job as a prank, but like, because you're making money out of annoying people basically. Same as YouTuber. What equipment's on this farm in real life? I believe people were saying yesterday that it's a lot of class equipment. And for some reason Alexion. What do I mean 4 trailers of lime? I mean, like, oh yeah, there's no tractor over the yard. Oh yeah, that's the wrong direction, Dave. This way. Over the fence. 4 of this trailer over here. No. Mods! You can get your hammer dirty! They sleep, they sleep. I mean, if I get to get my hammer dirty, that's fine by me. Oh no, Dal got it. Thank you, Dal. Don't need to speak whatever language that was to see what he was trying to say. Dave with the dumb ideas again. Yeah. Okay, we'll get the last bale onto this stack. I'll grab it from this side, they should pop the bale. Put the last bale onto the stack, then we'll end the stream because I've got food. Dave has food, Dave is happy. This is very true. Never give a loan to take it from MARWELL for like bears and grass stuff? I don't know. How much do you want to spend? I just cheated in 5 million so that I could get everything set up for like streaming and doing videos, which by the way I'll be recording tomorrow. The first episode of the new crowdsourced challenge, such as no chicken KFs and potatoes and peas. So I am a happy bunny, and we'll just get the trailer fully loaded and we'll call it a stream. You can make a lot of silage bales off the starfield. Yeah, you can. I question some of the balance of this map at times, because you seem to start off with the biggest fields as opposed to the smallest, and I always prefer maps where you start off with the struggle bus fields. End of the day though, send Oxy what maps he gives us to start off with, and he decided he wanted to be very nice and generous. Just realised that the top spikes are actually grabbing, so I can just withdraw them like that. Perfection. I mean, ignore the fact that everything's leaning off to one side. This trailer is perfectly loaded. There is absolutely every chance that it's about to flip horrifically. Where's the barn? Is there a barn? Is there a bale sell point on the map? Is it a Rainbow Ridge? Oh no. South View's barn. It's off up there, okay. I'll be doing that tomorrow though. Because I have food and I want to eat because I am fat man. I'll be continuing with the Courseplay vendetta against Field 18 as well. So I will leave you by saying I've been RainbowDave, you've been watching MARWELL Manor Farm in Farming Simulator 19. Hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, like and subscribe if you feel that way inclined. Until next time, stay safe. And goodbye.